I thought I would do a thing and show you a full house tour of the old house. This is something that's been requested quite a bit over the past 10 years. I've shown pretty much all of the house, but not all in one video. And really, to be honest, I filmed this mainly for me because I just want to remember what this house looked like. I did it with the previous residence I had, a condo. I didn't do a video, I just did pictures. That was like a dozen years ago, more than that, 13, 14 years ago. And it's just fun to look back on every once in a while to remember what things looked like. So I'm gonna go back in time a few weeks and show you what the house looked like before we moved out of it. But I don't know if you can hear right now the echo. There's nothing here. I'll give you a quick pan. Tell me that isn't weird. There is still furniture in part of our house because we left it for staging, but yeah, pretty strange not to have any of our stuff here. Anyway, I'm just gonna apologize in advance that if the clips seem a little disjointed. I filmed them over the course of several days and I did not remember where I picked up or where I left off, and I think I even left out a couple of rooms, but I'll try to edit it together in a way that makes sense, and I hope you enjoy it. So this is what the house looks like. Welcome to our crib. This is our house. There's our dog. Don't you go anywhere, Missy. There are my children. This is our house. Everything's beautifully green and in bloom for spring. I don't know what these little flowers are, but they really came out in full force this year. Here's this one. Look at this is one of my favorite trees. This and the purple one in the back in the spring. It's just so beautiful. All of its little petals have come fluttering down. We have our little magnolia. Come on, Winnie. And I love these, my beautiful purple and white irises. She's sniffing the grass. Aren't they beautiful? Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to plant some irises in our new spot. Come on, little girl. Oh, look at those pretty flowers. Come on, up, 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 up. Atta girl. Oh, our front porch is very nice. That's my phone there. We have this porch swing. These are actually made out of recycled milk jugs. I bought them 13 years ago when we bought the house. And there's a little secret rocking chair back here that kids like to rock in. And our front door. Well, don't jump off. What are you doing, you daredevil? This is our porch swing, and these are our children. Cutie pies. Oh my goodness. I don't think I really ever showed this part of the front door. But that's where I stand whenever I start any of my house tours. So here we are. Here is the house. You can see the foyer, I guess we call this, the stairway here. I remember picking that carpet out 13 years ago. It really, really complemented the old floors really well. We had the floors redone a few years ago. It still works. It's a different vibe now. And obviously the front of the house, it used to be dining room, living room, very formal looking, and then we never used it, and I wanted to use it, and I know it's maybe not the most attractive. I was gonna add artwork to the walls and maybe do, I don't know, accessorize it a little bit more cohesively, but never got to it. So we got our little entryway bench there. That's a box for the train set I pulled up so I can pack that away. I had this really big rug custom made to fit this room for the kids, basically. I wanted them to have something soft to play on, and I wanted this to be a welcoming living space for them, and we really do use this. We use this every day. We love this area. So I call it the living room. You could call it a playroom. You could call it whatever you want, but it's just been functional for us. The teepee of all the children, it's probably Winnie's favorite, but the kids do play with it. This is not really meant to house the train table, but it will have a dedicated spot in the new house. Lots of people said, put it on the floor. It's worth the effort to pick it up and clean underneath it. because the kids can get more creative with it. So I'm gonna give that a go in the new house. But this furniture, it's all Pottery Barn, and I bought it 3 years ago when we transformed the room. This side is their little kitchenette. These banquet windows, I can't remember what you call these. The alcoves work out great for tucking in things like the play kitchen and the teepee. And then just lots of shelves for toys. And again, I know it might not look the neatest, but the kids use it and love it every day. And the piano. I really love these light fixtures, these drum light fixtures. Play table, play mat. The other side of that is actually like a road print, so I'm kind of thinking that's what the train will sit on in our new space. But here you can see the hallway from this angle. Sorry about the lighting. It's very bright out today. Down the hallway I have some of our wedding portraits hung. I don't feel sad about it, so please don't feel like you have to feel sad about it on my behalf, but those will come down, obviously. I'm not gonna hang those in the new house, but they're beautiful photos. And we'll just backtrack a little bit because the basement, stairs to the basement are down there. I'll go down there in a little bit. Down here, we have our hall closet, which has become a bit of a dumping ground, to be honest. When we don't need that potty anymore, that's a potty training potty. I can donate that. But it's where I keep the big vacuum and just junk that I probably need to sort through. Some pictures and stuff I never got to hanging. Another Swiffer, you know the drill. And then the powder room, which needs artwork and all sorts of things that I never got around to doing, but I did have it wallpapered a few years ago, which is lovely. And of course now with little ones, we have stool, we have potty seat, step stools, wipes, things like that. But here you can see the mirror and the light fixtures. I mean, it's a really cute space. It just could use some decor. I just never, like I said, got to it, and it's just very functional for us with our little family here. And then we walk down this way and we get to the mudroom, which I recently showed. It pretty much looks the same. There's something I have to return to Target. Who knows when I'll be able to do that. Hanging bags, the cabinets. This is a custom built-in that I designed specifically for this space to house Winnie's crate. The closet is a little bit congested at the moment because I've got kind of backup pantry items, extra Winnie's dog food, and some things that I'm donate, like little bags for donation, but basically that's the same. And then the garage is out this door. I don't know if that's interesting to see. It's a mess. But yeah, it's the mudroom. Got Winnie's little spot there, some bins. And that is the mudroom. Our family room, which is so cozy. This was 13 years ago. This was one of the big draws of the house for me was this fireplace. The house looked a lot different then. The walls were very dark and the floors were much lighter and more warm in tone. And some might say that complemented the fireplace better. I was going to give the fireplace a facelift at some point. I don't know if I was just going to paint it or pull the whole thing out and do something else. I hadn't quite decided, but I wasn't in a rush for that. But I do love having a really big hearth. It just makes it feel so cozy. But this room is definitely well loved. Dark furniture was all purchased when we had much lighter floors. And that was just the style. That was the style back then that people went for. But the couch has served us well. It's super, super well loved. The kids beat up on it. And it's done great for the last 13 years and still in great condition. Yeah, lots of really fond memories. This is like the heart of the house. This area here. This little open area between the kitchen and the breakfast nook and the family room. I love this little area too, the kids' little couch and their table. lots of fun times had in this room. Over here we have our sofa back consoles, which now houses the kids' board books in there, and some cookbooks and some of my more artsy-fartsy books, I suppose. And lots of pictures of the kids' cousins. My sister-in-law loves to give photos, framed photos as gifts, which is wonderful gifts. We have lots of wonderful memories preserved thanks to her. And yeah, place where we keep the games and stuff for the kids, and more photos, so many photos, all the photos, but just a real well-loved area. Here we have our breakfast nook, which is really quite ample. I had swapped out the lighting, all the lighting in the house I swapped out a few years ago when we redid the kitchen, and I love how it all turned out. It turned out really nice. We used to have a rug under here, but I took it out when I started feeding babies because it was just getting pummeled. And then this leads out to our backyard. And then our kitchen. Our kitchen's right there. 5 bar stools. Donnie's that needs to be washed. The sassy seat, he still sits in it. These are a little bit high off the ground for him, for me to feel safe, but he's on the cusp. I think the sassy seat will go when we move. We don't really need it anymore. But the kitchen, something else that I have just spent so many time and hours and poured my love into. We did a kitchen renovation 3 or 4 years ago now. I can't even remember. It was a very different looking kitchen before. Cream colored cabinets, which we just lacquered over white and changed the hardware. And a very brown, speckly kind of granite top. I love this quartz. It's funny because I was really unconvinced about it before we put it in, and the second I saw it on the counter, I was like, yes, it was always meant to be this, and it was never meant to be anything else. But it just brightens up the space so much to have this nice white kitchen. It was always a dream of mine to do the kitchen in white. The kids' kitchen tower, which they're kind of growing out of, Donnie not so much yet, but Cece's tall enough. It's just to help them stand up at counter height when you're doing cooking together, baking. They stand there to do their Play-Doh or sometimes art projects. This is just a little funny thing. I want to remember how I always kept a little toy basket underneath, because my babies would always play at my feet while I was washing dishes or working on meals. So I always had baby toys in there, and there's still actually, you can see some remnants of baby toys in there. I just keep some of the little stuff that the kids get at parties and things like that now. I love the backsplash tile too. It's such a beautiful soft gray, and it complements the countertops so beautifully. Always have lots of fruit and veggies on the counter. My darling, these are like my most prized possessions here. My stand mixer, my coffee maker, and my air frother. Milk frother, I mean, the Nespresso. This was a dream of mine that came to fruition when we redid the kitchens, to have a little greenhouse garden window. It's not really a greenhouse window, but you know, we just pushed the window out a few inches and added those glass shelves. And it houses my little baby plants, and they love that window. It's an eastern facing window, so they get a lot of morning sunlight. And that's definitely something I would try to replicate in any new home. The farmhouse sink, which I have loved, and just the rest of the kitchen. I just kind of want to remember, I always have the kids' favorite plates drying in the rack. They can totally use regular plates, but they love the Mickey and Minnie plates so much they'll use them for every meal, so I wash them 3 times a day. And their little snack bowls, which they love too, so we reuse those every day for every time we need a snack or anything. How I never have clean dish towels. They always look like that. So I need to figure out how to keep my dish towels looking cleaner. And that towel, that Home Sweet Home towel, which I also really probably need to wash. And look how scrummy I need to clean. The house is not perfectly clean. This is also reality. The stainless steel has lots of little fingerprints and stuff on it. There's little handprints all over the glass windows. And it's just part of living with little ones. You clean it and then 10 seconds later, they're back. But that little towel came in some sort of subscription box or something at some point, and I can't even figure out what shop it was from because it's not labeled. But I just love it. To me, this is home sweet home. This has been sweet home for so long. And just for posterity's sake, the pantry, which I organize time and time again, and just always ends up never looking super organized, even though I know where everything is, but it's extra full right now because I kind of have extra reserves of shelf items. But yeah, both kids have loved sitting on the floor and playing with the Tupperware and playing with the glass jars, and you can see there's even like a frozen microphone in there. That's not what's supposed to be in there. I don't know, I just kind of want to remember what everything looked like. And then we'll go down to the basement. Then when we go down here, we get to the basement. Quite honestly, really just the kids use it to play in recent years. But here it is, the basement. We have, this mirror used to be in our fancier styled dining room. It's a beautiful mirror. I didn't want to get rid of it, so find a place for it. We have a big projector. We used to watch movies down here a lot. Now the kids play mostly, like I said. This is a sore sight over here, but yikes. This is, I mean, the basement I always thought of as Don's domain, because it's just, you know, the man cave or whatever you want to call it. And he just doesn't want any of the DVDs, and I don't think we need them either, so I guess they will go. We have the pool table here, the movie posters all around. And this was something that we added to the house after we moved in, a little kitchenette. Right now it has some overflow, an extra bookshelf, and kitchen chairs where the kids' trip traps are at the kitchen table instead. But it has a little wine fridge and actually a little dishwasher, which came in really handy when I had like really big parties like Thanksgiving and all that. There is an under the stairs closet here, which is a bit of a disaster at the moment, but it's mainly storing baby gates and baby items that I'm saving for a cousin who wants to come check out, see if she wants any of that stuff. So that will definitely get cleared out. That was the rug that used to be under the kitchen table. And then we do have a full bathroom down here. Here it is, nice big shower and gray, I don't know, a little linen closet. And then the hallway with some really old computer things that need to be recycled. This was Don's office. He took a lot of the things in here with him. It's been like a hold-all place for our old mattress, which we're going to use for staging purposes, and our old bureaus in the bedroom, which can put back up there for staging. But yeah, most of the things that were in here are gone. But he still has, that's still all of his books, and he took so many books, I can't tell you how many books he took. Lots. Here's the gym. It's one of the places I use every day. The kids also really like playing here because of the mirror, I think. But yeah, that's the gym. Pretty self-explanatory. One of the nice things about this house is that the ceilings are dug. I mean, they dug extra deep, so the ceilings are really high for a basement. As you can see, I think they're like 12-foot ceilings, which is really, really deep for a basement. And then the scary utility room. Come up the stairs. I love this light fixture so much. I've put it at the new house, a different one. Isn't it beautiful? It's just beautiful. You're immediately greeted with Cece and Donnie's room. This is one of my favorite views. The light is making it a little hard to see. But just the juxtaposition of their two rooms, and I don't know, it just makes me smile every time I come up the stairs and see that. Cece's room. which has been like in this configuration for, I don't know, a couple of years now. The beautiful rug and her princess bed. She loves her plushies and her baby dolls. So you can see they have prominent place in her room. All of her bunnies. I love that print. Her little nightstand with her clock and her lamb nightlight. It's so bright that it's coming out pretty dark on the film. There's her Arundel castle. I love these beautiful curtains. Just give you a pan here. Her little reading nook. These were her favorite books as an infant that she keeps in her room. Some artwork from friends. And her bureau. I used to have all of her bows color-coded, but she and Donnie play with them a lot. It's cool. I love this little makeup drawer with her wooden makeup set and her jewelry. So sweet. That's a rocker chair. And just got some little precious little things here on the shelves. This is her closet. I had plans to work on it a bit, but that never really happened. So there's just a bunch of empty drawer organizers at the top. Looks a little disheveled, but she's got her dress-up bins, her bunny mansion. It's like the Calico Critters stuff. The baskets at the bottom used to be in her like changing table dresser, but she just uses them to sort her bunny stuff now. All of her dresses. She likes to keep this open to play. But yeah, that's my princess's room. If we walk next door, we can see Donnie's room. For whatever reason, his door never stays open by itself, so I just use the kids' hamper to prop it open. And that's actually, I don't know why, but the way the sun goes underneath the door reflects right up into his crib at nap time. It's just the way the sun hits, so that's why I have that to put along his door at nap time so the light doesn't go right in his face. It's just the way it comes in from those windows, just the way it is. Anyway, his room is the same as when I showed it as a nursery. I'm just about to take the front off his crib and lower it and change it into a toddler bed. I was kind of waiting for the move. But everything's pretty much the same. I love this room. It makes me so happy. It's so peaceful. The colors are so soothing and calm. So his dresser, I took the changing table top off a while ago. Beautiful mirror. His little precious things to keep on shelves and whatnot. I never did decide about this bookcase. It was just something I kind of put here. And his little chair. Both Donnie and Cece have those little fuzzy chairs. I love those prints. And I'll show you his closet. There's not a whole lot in it. He has a really nice walk-in closet. Those are Cece's old curtains. Just some extra sheets and his little dress shoes, his little hanging clothes. Pretty cute. Oh, and of course he has a bin of stuffies too, not to be outdone by his sister. But that is Donnie's room. And then we'll go down the hallway. This is a painting my grandfather painted, and I'm pretty sure that he painted it of my grandmother. He passed away when I was 8. This is the kids' bathroom. I had plans to renovate this summer. And what do you know? We are renovating it, but to sell the house. But what we're doing with it was what I was going to do with it anyway. Put in a double sink. Make everything a white and gray palette. Very clean. Retile. But it's fine. It's served us well for the kids. They have their little stools, which were gifts from my dear friend. Their tub with all their toys. This is, you know, definitely like kid bathroom. It's meant for them, but I think it'll look really nice when it's renovated. But like I said, that wasn't my plan to do anyway. But now we're moving, so that's their bathroom. I'm not sure I ever showed this linen closet. I have this little linen closet here. Isn't there a light? Yeah. This is where I keep our little stick vacuum for upstairs, the Swiffer, this duster, which really works well to reach cobwebs in that light fixture, because it's really hard to reach otherwise. And all of that bedding is really old bedding that I need to textile recycle. So basically those are just gonna be empty bins. But I have the kids' humidifiers that I just store in here when we're not using them. Cleaning supplies. It's usually where I keep Kleenex and night light bulbs, things like that. In the hallway here, I have a couple of shadow boxes I made after my wedding. Really love those bouquets, and we didn't like preserve them or anything, so I just dedicated a memory box to them. And then here's my room with this little faux wreath. You can tell I have an affinity for Pottery Barn furniture and bedding. But that's my bed and my steamer trunk. Keep in mind when we purchased this house 13 years ago, it had all of these really like kind of almost orangey oaky floors. So the dark furniture really offset and contrasted that, but I am by no means a designer. This is just how it played out, and I really love this furniture and it served us well. That's the dresser. Used to have another dresser in here and a TV and a vanity, but those are gone. I'll show you what I replaced it with. I kind of redid this part of the room to make it more my own. So I wanted my books in here because I just felt like I wanted my books in here. So top half is my books, the bottom half is the kids' books. All of our board books are downstairs, as you saw. This used to be where my vanity was. I was gonna put a little tiny writer's desk in here, but I'm not doing that now. And the chair that I read to my children in. Some family photos on the wall. And this is Winnie's little spot here. That's her crate. Sometimes she sleeps in it, sometimes she doesn't. Most of the time she sleeps in the bed with me. This is my side of the bed, but that's all my beds, so they're all my sides, but that I sleep on one side because, you know, married for 14 years, you become a creature of habit. So that's what the room looks like. It's a really huge room and really tall ceilings. It's very airy. One of my favorite parts of this is the view outside, as we live right on the golf course. So it's almost like living on a prairie. That's how I pretend it is, at least. And you can see the whole yard and just all the green. And then in the winter with the snow, it's just beautiful. Yeah, so over here, we'll walk this way, is the ensuite master bathroom. Another thing that I had in my mind in a couple of years to redo a bit, just maybe paint the cabinetry, replace the, you know, countertop and the lights, and retile everything to be just more like a gray, like a subdued palette, a gray and white palette. But I didn't do that. I did replace the tub several years ago because the jets were just such a pain in the butt to clean, and I literally never used the whirlpool feature. I love that tub. That tub has served me well. This is the little toilet room, just to be thorough. And we do have a linen closet in this bathroom too. I keep like linens and my laundry basket, medical supplies. Double vanity. And really big shower. It's actually a steam shower. Never once in 13 years used that function. I just didn't. I don't know why. I just didn't. But that's the shower, and that's the bathroom. And now I will take you down the hallway to, oh, I just wanted to remember this, this is where we've kept the Bunsie. Cece has two Bunsies. She switches them daily, and that's where the resting Bunsie sits when he's off duty. I want to remember that. That's where that was. And of course, when he has another bed. All right, let's walk down the hallway to the office. Well, it's moving day. This is the state of things. I know, surprise. The office update is I'm putting it in a completely different room in a completely different house. But this is it, you guys. Pretty crazy how much, look at all the donation bags, and there's still a few, I think there's just bags in those baskets and like a photo setup thing underneath the window bank there. But yeah, nutty. Can you imagine? All of these shelves are gonna come down. They're not coming with me to the new space, so I'll try to find a new home for them with somebody else. But repurposing the desks and just gonna try to make use of what I've got, and I'll bring you guys along for the ride for sure. If you go out the garage here, this is a patio area we added to the house when we moved in. The hot tub that nobody's used in half a dozen years, but pretty sure it still works. And our backyard, which is really lovely and peaceful and in full bloom right now. No cushions out, but one dead boxwood. I'm gonna have to replace that. But everything is just really beautiful. We're on the golf course here. It's the 6th hole of this particular golf course. We did the built-in grill and all of that when we moved in. So yeah, that's the back side of the house. Look at this kitchen! Nothing in it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed seeing the house as it was before the end of that chapter, and I will be back next with my moving vlog. Hopefully there's something interesting there. I have no idea. But thank you again. There's just been such an outpouring of kindness and support and well wishes on this transition, and it means the world to me. It really makes a huge difference to me, and it touches my heart. So thank you so much for that. I appreciate it, and I look forward to sharing many more journeys and adventures with you in the new home. All right, you guys, thanks for watching. Take care.